Okay. If you have a weighted ball, well, grab it. If you don't, grab anything that's round. It could be a can of food. That would be fine. So I've got my chair here. This is Weighted Mondays. We're doing our hit and run series for December because of the situation of thinking you're too busy to do anything. So here's my weighted ball. And you notice I'm cupping my wrist. See that? See that? That way I can go this way gently and this way gently. See that? So I'm just going to step forward and back. I'm going to step forward and back. And the purpose of this is to start adding weight to your upper body. So whether you give it a toss or you just drop it into your other hand, that's fine. But notice this move, okay? This is a good move to keep remembering, especially for those of you who have any kind of ankle issues, foot issues, plantar fasciitis type, any kind of a thing in the lower leg. See what I'm doing? I am I'm stepping forward. I'm not leaning. And I'm only going to do this a little bit. I've already started adding weight. This is 6 pounds. So if you have a can of food, that would work. If it's even 2 pounds, that would be fine. Because I want to add weight as I step forward and I let the back foot rotate. Okay? See this? This is a good thing to do on a regular basis. If you're standing around waiting, just kind of roll that knee in and back. See what I'm doing? Okay. So this is the one I'm going to take the most amount of time with because we're on our hit and run schedule. But look at this. I know too many people that get up and start really getting with it because I got to get everything done. And they don't give their joints, especially in their foot, ankle, knee, hip, a chance to wake up. So you see, I'm going to step and I'm just going to roll my knee. I'm going to bring my heel up. I'm going to breathe through my nose. I'm going to keep tossing. So notice what you do when you're doing this as you're rotating your knee down, rotating your heel up. See that? Don't drop. There's a tendency to want to drop when you do that. Don't drop. How do you not drop? You stay tight and you stay rib cage up. You step, keep your shoulders down. You step, rotate. You can do it repeatedly or one at a time. Okay, see this? See this? See this little toss and throw? This little toss, pull back, toss, pull back. Because we're going to be working a lot of muscles right through here in just a few moments. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go into a high hip hinge. This is our warm up. Okay. But I'm already starting to load. So I just had my warm ups on this morning and just popped in here because we're going to hit and run. See this? 6 pounds. It could be a can of food. It could be a book. It could be your weights. That would be fine. So it's a high hip hinge and do a quick reach out. So look at your feet. Make sure they're not out too far. Okay. When you come up, for our purposes right now, when you come up to a standing, say rib cage up, breathe through your nose, bend the knees, and push your hips forward while you keep this 6 pound ball right here at your chin. You don't do this fast, okay? So we just did a walkthrough with a knee and heel rotation, okay? Now we're right into this one, and I'm going to go into a high hip hinge. I'm going to serve the ball and then come back up. Then I'm going to take a big breath through my nose. I'm going to soften my knees. I'm going to push my hips forward. Okay, so this gives me a nice gentle hyperextension here. Now you come back out of that, go back down, serve the ball, come back up, soft knees, drop the chin to the ball or to the weight that you have holding right here centrally, and push those hips forward. When you're pushing your hips forward, it should be enough that you actually feel your back extensors. Okay, they should be like, oh, I'm stretching, that type of thing. You're putting load here on your quads. It's a good move. Then after you've done that a couple of times, you take your weighted object, whether it's a weight, I'm holding it centrally with both hands. So now I'm going to go push to the knee, push to the other knee, push to the knee, push to the other knee. You don't go fast. You keep your chin tucked and you just do this quick push out. See that? So every time I come to the knee, I push my butt back more and I go down lower into the move. So that means into my heels. What it does not mean is that I'm dropping my head and chest lower than my hips. If you notice, I'm trying to keep the head, chest, central, and up. So you just say rib cage up. You don't go fast. Take a breath. See, I keep going into the heels, into the heels, into the heels. Two more. Into the heels. One more, and come up. Put it right here central. Soften your knees. Big breath. Push the hip bones forward. Big breath. Big breath. Come out of that. Yes. Now, here's my weighted ball. Okay. I've got them right here. I'm just going to bend over and come right back. And I'm going to push those hips forward. Okay. So, in order to be effective on some of these moves, I'm going to do them lightly. Then I'm going to go a little deeper. Okay. So I'm going to bend my knees even more, pull back, and then straighten my legs. See that? Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. So see, I'm right here. I'm going to come up. I'm holding the weight centrally. Bend my knees. Bend them a little more. Really pull back. Drop your chin. Okay, now straighten your legs and come out of it. Yeah. All right. Take that same ball. Come down here. And then come back up. Okay. So some of you may look at this and you may think, oh, I can't bend over like that. I'm bending my knees. Okay, you got to see that. I'm bending my knees, I'm pushing my butt back. Then when I come down, now I'm straightening, 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 straightening. See that? This is very valuable. Let's do it 2 more times. Bend the knees, push the butt back, all the way down, tuck your chin, heels, heels, heels. And then when you get up to full stance, see, and your legs are straight, you're good to go. But getting down in there, you're bending your knees. You're coming down, you're coming back up, and we've got 1 more. Take a breath. In through the nose. Here we go. And out. Central weight right here. 1 hand. Yes. It's going to go push. See, I'm not going very high. You see that? Take the opposite leg as you're doing this. The very middle effort task. It's not heavy. See how I'm tapping? Okay, the minute you started tapping as you were lifting on one side, notice what you're doing with your other foot. Many of you have locked it. Okay, don't lock it. So I'm just tapping. I'm bringing the knee up as my hand goes up, and my other knee, the one that's supporting me, has to be soft. Take a breath. Yes, take a breath. Yes, take a breath. Two more. And bring it back in. And go to this side. Notice, I'm not going way up. Let's start the arm first. Okay, ready? So now it's going to be this leg that's going to lift. But I'm going to go right to here. You notice that? That's not much. And then down to the shoulder. Some of you are staying up here and you're doing like this. Go all the way down. Drop your shoulder down. Breath in through the nose. Go just above the ear. I don't want to say head because you will take it too far. Okay? Now bring this other leg out as you do the task. Okay? And now I'm just going to bend my knee and I'm just going to tap. See this? Tap. Breath in through the nose. Breath in through the nose. Breath in through the nose. So let me tell you again, this weighted ball of mine, this one is a 6 pound. You could do this with a weight, a free weight. You could do it with a can of food. Whatever that you can find. I would like it to be a round object, but if it's not, just use your free weights. Stay with me. Breath in through the nose. In through the nose. 2 more. Good. So we did a little pre-fatiguing, okay? Now I'm going to take the ball, put it down, all right? Now watch what I'm going to do. I got my weights here. I got my chair here. I'm going to use my little pad here at the end, but it's here. Here's my carries. You could use your weights as your carries. That would be okay too. So if you don't have 2 jugs, as I have here that are filled with water, okay, I hope they're water. So a little bit of carry, a little bit of carry. So if you forget everything, and let's say the internet goes out and you just don't know what to do to stay on target, get you 2 suitcases that are approximately almost the same in weight, and just carry them around the house. Put them down once in a while. See, I just put them down. Now I'm going to go pick them up, retrieve them. And how do I do that? So I'm getting myself prepped and ready to go on my trip. See this? Push your butt back. Don't be afraid to do that. Number one, stand a little wider. Number 2, push your butt back. Number 3, then put your suitcases down. And then when you're down there, go ahead and drop the butt just a little more so that you feel the stretch coming up through your Achilles. You should not have pressure on your knees. If you're going down and coming back in good form, you should not feel pressure on your knees. So a little wider than your shoulders. Ready? Push your butt back, go down, grab your loads. This could be 2 weights. I have 2 10-pound jugs right here. Now, while I'm down there, I'm going to go ahead and push into my heels. And I'm going to drop a little lower. But I am not rounding my back. Then I grab my suitcases. Already? Or my carries, or my weights. So this should be mid-range weight. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Down. Push into the butt. Push your butt back. Push into the heels. Come down a little lower. Do not round your back. You need to go down far enough to where you start feeling a little stretch coming up through your calves. Now you come up and you come up and you grab that load. And you might do this 2 or 3 times. Okay. Now I'm ready to put these down. Okay. And I am ready to now do some body loads. I got my chair here. Number 1, I'm warmed up, ready to go. So I have my chair here, so why not use it? I'm going to turn it. And depending on what kind of chair you have, you want to be able to handle yourself in a load that's practical. Who doesn't need to move a chair once in a while. Okay, so here we go. See how I'm wide with my stance? Here's my kitchen chair. I'm gonna hold it down low. I'm gonna bring it in close to me, keep my chin tucked, push into the heels and pull that chair right up, okay? Then I'm gonna come back down and I'm gonna not put it down and then I'm gonna come back. See that? So push your butt back, act like you're gonna put it down, just tap and then come back. So what are we doing? We're doing a move that every single one of you have done multiple times. Okay, this is a real life load. It's not like a cute little weight that you can manage without thinking. You have to think. Push your heels, go down low, breath and exhale. Bring it right up here. My knees are still soft. Then I'm gonna go down and act like I'm gonna put it down, but then I don't, okay? So we're doing, in essence, for all practical purposes, this is a weighted high hip hinge move, breath, and it makes you use your core like big time. Breath, and through the nose and exhale right there. Okay, breathe in and exhale on the lift. Breathe in and exhale. What are you doing with your knees? What are you doing with your heels? Yeah, you have to think about how you're moving. Okay, one more. Here we go. And put it down. You loved it, didn't you? Okay. Now, this is Weight Training Monday. We did some loads. We're going to do some more in just a second. Here's my chair. We're going to be down and up several times. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to get comfortable in the floor. And if you don't think you can make it all the way to the floor, then go halfway. So I'm going to step back. I'm going to do a big stretch through the lats, through the legs, the butt. Then I'm going to come right in here and bend my knees and come down. See that? If you have nothing more than a chair and you want to get some weight loading done, core work done, this is one of the ones that you should do. So I'm right here, see? So I can stay down here and think about things, or I can get myself ready to really use my quads, my stomach, my upper body, my back. Are you ready? So right now my toes, see, are pulled under. And I'm going to press back until I feel my quads stretching. Feel that? So see, I'm keeping my chin tucked and I'm just pushing myself back until I feel those quads stretching, okay? So this is a modified version of some very classic moves that I think actually need to be modified so they're more safe. So I'm doing this so that somebody as myself with multiple joints replaced can get an appreciable work for their legs and their core. So ready? Here we go. Drop your shoulders, lean in, and what you're going to do is you're going to push your knees off the floor. So drop your shoulders, tight tummy, lean in, okay, push into the hands and get your knees off the floor and then go back down, but just touch. So bend your elbows, breath, elbows, breath, elbows, keep them tucked in, bending, breath. See, I'm just barely touching those knees. I'm doing a tap down. Breath, keep your shoulders down. Shoulders down, shoulders down. One more. And come back into a stretch. See that? Straighten your legs right here. Then bend your knees. One hand in the center of your chair. You're turning. And you're going to take that hand way back over the back. You're going to turn your head. Keep your chin over your shoulder. Slowly pull. Other hand. Keep your chin tucked. Rotate. All the way. Take that hand way over the shoulder. Got it? And then come down. Now, if you don't want to go on down to the floor at this point, you stay right here. I hope you're getting this, because we're going to do some work with our back extensors right now, but I'm going to the floor. You don't have to go to the floor. So if you don't want to go to the floor, you stay right there. Okay, these are very important to this hit and run workout today, okay? So you're gonna stay here if you are not going to the floor. See, you're gonna mimic everything we're doing, but you're right here on the chair. I and many others are going to go all the way to the floor, and we're gonna be right here. So what we're gonna do is take one leg back. So I'm gonna go one leg back. If my wrists hurt, I will simply make a fist and be on my knuckles. So I'm going to bring the one leg up. I'm going to bring one hand up, but I'm not going to go out yet. See, I'm bringing this up and I'm doing little tiny presses. See, as I lift my heel, I do little tiny presses with my hand. Keep your elbow soft. Okay. Bring that leg in. Fist, fist. Bring your leg up first. Take it all the way out. Then bring your hand up. You're stable. You're going to start lifting. You're really contracting the butt muscle. And see, you're just poking your hand out there. Acting like you're going to take it out, but you just go halfway. Okay, keep your butt really tight. Really tight. Breath, 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 breath. And bring it back in. Okay? Now you're going to take your leg and go all the way to the side. See how I stepped over my leg and I'm pushing into my foot as my heel presses back and stretches really nicely. At the same time, my fists are down, my elbows are soft. I'm pushing into that crossed over leg. So I'm getting some great loading, great mobility work. Okay, so here I am again. All I'm going to do is take one leg and cross it. Keep your elbows bent and your toe stays under so that you can push your heel. Now I'm pushing into my palm, my fists as I'm pushing into my heel across. That makes you use your trunk very differently than if I just went straight back. Shoulders are down. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath. Then you bring it back and you bring it back. Okay? Now, tight tummy. The knee comes in. The hip goes out. And then we go up. Press and bring it back in. You don't have to go fast. Okay? Now go straight to the other leg. Elbows are soft. Bring the knee in, out to the side, as far as you can. And then you're going to go all the way up as far as you can. And you're dipping right down as far as you can. Breath, breath, breath. Come in and come in. Okay, heading into the last couple minutes of this hit and run. This is the one. And you can do every bit of this from the chair. Your fists are down, elbows are soft, toes are curled under, tight tummy, take a breath, take your knees off the ground. Only your knees, and bring it back. 1, breath 2, breath 3, breath 4, breath 5, breath 6, breath 7, breath 8, breath 9, one more, breath 10. Bring those heels back. Take a big deep breath. And push back, equalize right here. Now, while you're here, keep one elbow bent like this and just bring it up and push this elbow into your knee as you're pulling and you're stretching through the groin, all through the upper back. Okay, you ready? Big breath into the nose, pull that elbow back over your back, push against your leg to get that stretch. Breath, breath, breath. And you come back down and you come up, up, up. You take a big deep breath. Turn your chair if you need it. You bring your little pad, many of you have it, and you put your foot into it. And we go over to the side, and then go over to the side. Then we go to the back. Now, if you can do all of this, this is the parting shot, without holding on to a chair, well, God bless you. Do it. But if you need to hold on to a chair, just put lightly it right there. So you see how I'm ending this? I'm doing several single leg mini squats. So if it's a squat, which direction does your butt go? Yes, back. See how I'm tapping? And I'm working my heel in all the directions. I'm getting a super load right here. I have my chair here if I need it. See? Take a big breath. See if I need it. I'll put my hand there. Breath. Step off. Put your other foot there. Get yourself positioned. Drop your shoulders. Breath in through the nose. I'm going to go tap, tap, tap. Little trainer's tip here. If you do this little sinking, okay, it's a hip hinge, it's a high squat, and you put your heel down, it will make it much more challenging than just putting your toe down. Try it. Now, on this one, I'm using my hand here all the time. You know why? This is my hip replace side. And it tends to cheat. It tends to want to lean. It tends to not want me to use my muscles in my thigh like I'm supposed to. So I'm using this to keep myself upright and to finish this workout by putting a great load on my whole body, but especially my hip, my muscles around my knees, and my ankles. Take a big breath. Do a little swing out, just like that. Do a great big hug. Maybe drop your heel down. Anytime you're on stairs today, drop your heel and get a little stretch. And that is going to be it for our hit and run today. I know you've got a million things to do. Now you can go do them.